Attention experts, authors, speakers, and coaches. The following is a message for every expert, author, speaker, and coach who needs more exposure and wants to find new clients using public speaking, but can't figure out where or how to get started. Hi, my name is Felicia Slattery, and along with my partner, Jim Edwards, I'm here to tell you the truth you need to know about using public speaking as a tool to get new clients. Here's the biggest problem you face right now, even if you've spoken before in the past. It's how to get started creating and using a speech the right way to build your business, regardless of whether you want to speak locally, internationally, or even on webinars. But that's not the end of the problem. It actually gets worse. Here's the real problem you're facing when it comes to public speaking in today's world if you want to get new clients. Bottom line, with all the moving parts it takes to use public speaking to build your business, if you don't have the time or inclination to learn how to put together all the pieces necessary to create, deliver, and promote your own signature speech, or you don't have the budget to pay someone to do it for you, it's hard to get the word out about what you offer, which means you won't get the speaking opportunities you need to present in front of the right people. Or, if you do, you won't have the right tools to help you deliver a great signature speech to get more clients, sales, and business. And worst of all, many experts, authors, speakers, and coaches can't get past the idea that putting together all the parts for your own unique signature speech the right way takes a long time and honestly might not even work to get you new business despite all your effort. But nothing could be further from the truth. And if you're a brilliant expert who wants to share your message to get more clients, and you really want more exposure to find those new clients using public speaking, but you can't figure out how or where to get started, here's the push-button solution you've been looking for. Introducing Signature Speech Wizard. Signature Speech Wizard is a brand new push-button software that enables you to create, promote, and use your own signature speech to get more clients and prospects, get more cash flow, and skyrocket your credibility as the go-to expert in your field. Signature Speech Wizard helps you quickly and easily create all the presentation tools you need to succeed, including your speech outline and your PowerPoint slides. Signature Speech Wizard helps you quickly and easily create all the supporting materials and tools you need to succeed, including your audience handouts and thank yous to meeting planners. Signature Speech Wizard helps you quickly and easily create all the marketing and sales tools you need to succeed, including your follow-up emails to the meeting planners, sales copy, paid product order offer form, and audience-free gift sign-up sheet. Signature Speech Wizard helps you quickly and easily create all the content marketing tools you need to succeed, including interview questions for podcasts and webinars, social media and Twitter promos, and much, much more. In fact, let's give you a quick demo of how this amazing software works to help make creating, marketing, and presenting your own unique customized signature speech push-button simple. Now, for the demo, here's my partner, the genius behind this software, Jim Edwards.
Hey everybody, let me show you how the software works. Okay guys, so let me demonstrate for you how the Signature Speech Wizard works, and it really has two parts. The first part is you answer some questions about you, your company, your speech, your audience, things like that. And then the second part, we're going to take that data that you put in and we're going to use it to create your speech and all the tools that you need. You work your way through all the questions, and then what will happen is it will take you over here to step 2 where you're actually going to make your speech and tools. So I can't demonstrate everything in here for you because we have so much stuff for this to make for you that would take too long to show you every single thing that it kicks out. But I want to show you the highlights. The first thing is that I want to show you from this little pull down menu that you actually have 3 different types of files that you're going to create. And depending on the file, you may or may not have duplicates. So it makes Word doc files, DOCX, which will open in virtually any modern word processor. It outputs in text files and it outputs in PPTX, which are PowerPoint files. That'll also work in pretty much any presentation software. So the first thing you're probably going to want to do is come up with your speech. So a speech is normally in PowerPoint. So you're going to use the little pull down. You're going to click the PPTX, and you can see all those other things disappeared. And these are the 5 things that you can output as PowerPoint. So if we choose signature speech core presentation, that's the exactly what it just says. That is the core presentation. That is just the signature speech at its essence. And then the rest of these are the data that you put in to create your speech with different slants on it. So let's say you're teaching something step by step, then you'd use the 5 steps. If you were teaching people secrets or things that they didn't know or tips, then it would be the secrets one. And if you were teaching them mistakes to avoid or myths or anything that would be phrased in the negative, then you would use the mistakes one. So let's save the core one and open it up, and it'll ask you, do you want to open it? And they'll say yeah, and then they'll still open up in whatever. If you've got PowerPoint, it'll open up in PowerPoint, and if you don't have PowerPoint, it'll open up in whatever presentation software you have configured to work with .pptx files. So here's your PowerPoint.
You know, what I think about this that's really kind of cool is one of the things that people struggle with a lot is, well, what am I going to put on my slides? Or do I need to have slides? Well, some meeting planners want you to have slides. They just expect that you're going to bring them. And other meeting planners, they don't have a place for you to show slides. So whether you need them or you don't, you've got them here and you can use them. So having said that, let's go back into the software for a second and take a look at what else we can output. Because if you're going to remove some of the words off the PowerPoint slide, well, let's say on speech day, you want your script. So you just go right here and you do the drop-down box, you click the DocX, and then you scroll down, and right where it says script, you're going to click that, you're going to click save, and then you just save it right in your file, whatever name you want to give it. Click yes, save, and it will open it up, and you'll see as soon as this opens, that is your script. And here it is. All you need to do is print that out and bring it with you. And there's your entire presentation pretty much ready to go.
Right. And this matches the slides. So it just makes it easier on you to have the notes match the slides and the slides match the note. And it's just so much easier on you to be able to go through and create that presentation. So anything to add before we wrap this up?
Absolutely. See, here's the thing. I personally have been using myself and teaching thousands of people around the world how to use a signature speech to market their businesses since 2007. What you're getting in these outputs are the best practices. The handouts include every single thing that you need to have on every handout. The PowerPoint slides include exactly the order in which you present the information so that you can get your audiences to take action in the way that you want them to take action. The order forms are specifically the order forms that I use to get my audiences where I, even if they don't pay me to show up, I leave with hundreds of dollars, sometimes even in the thousands of dollars in my pocket every single time. Based on these tools, your tools, the things that get printed out at the end of this wizard, these are all yours. It's going to be populated with your information, but it's based on proven tools from years of out there in the field, actual usage and success. That's what you're getting.
Let me show you this one thing. If this doesn't get you excited, then we'll just probably you should stop watching the video. But one of the best ways to promote a speech is to do an interview. And one of the best ways to get an interview is to not expect the other person to come up with the questions, but to supply them with a list of questions. We, as part of this wizard, have an interview output that will take your information about your speech and create over 100 questions that somebody could ask you. Now, honestly, if you just took this output and handed it to somebody, they would look at you. I mean, you would deserve to get smacked in the head. But what this does is it gives you, okay, let me pick out the 5 best questions here that somebody should ask me that's going to help them to promote me as a speaker or to get people interested to come over and check out my webinar or however you want to use them. And so, you know, depending on the audience, depending on the person interviewing you, just depending on the different circumstances. But like my topic is self-published book writing. So let's say we were going to talk about problems that people had. So I would hand these questions over to the interviewer, and they would ask me, hey Jim, what's the main challenge that a speaker professional and coach has that self-published book writing can solve? And I would talk about things like getting new clients, establishing credibility, using as a lead magnet, and just going through these questions makes it a lot easier for me to give them what they need to interview me. And also, if you're looking for the ability to write articles or to create podcast content, all you need to do is basically interview yourself. Each one of these questions could be a 5 to 10 minute podcast. So what would you say to a speaker, professional, or coach who was afraid that self-published book writing was a complete waste of time for them? Well, I would tell them this, 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 and this because, and here's why. So this is probably the hidden gem in the whole thing, because this is kind of your Swiss Army knife of content creation to promote your speech. So once you get the Signature Speech Wizard, you're going to want to generate this as quickly as possible, the interview questions based on the speech, because this is really going to help you in a whole bunch of different ways. That concludes the quick demo. I just want to wrap it up by saying this really does create all the tools that you need to not only create your speech, but promote your speech and deliver your speech, as well as make sales of whatever it is you're selling from the stage and a whole lot more. This truly is your one-stop shop and makes everything push button simple. And best of all, you'll start seeing results with Signature Speech Wizard in less than an hour, and it costs less than the price of a fancy dinner out on the town. Act now and get these bonuses. Special report, how to choose a magnetic topic and create a sexy speech title. Report and checklist, how to get more speaking gigs with social media. And a new video, 5 keys to go from speaking for free to speaking for a fee. So again, if you're an expert on a specific topic and you want to share your message to get more clients, understand this. Clients and cash flow are your business lifeblood. You need to get more clients and increase your cash flow now. And a speech is the fastest and most powerful way to market yourself and what you do to large groups of people. Winners make an impact. And with your unique signature speech, along with all the supporting and marketing tools the Wizard creates, you'll finally get to share your knowledge with people who are excited to hear about what you can offer them and want to work with you right now. And you can get raving fans on demand, because with your signature speech and the Signature Speech Wizard, it enables you to quickly organize and deliver a speech that serves your audience from the stage and helps you convert people from politely interested to ravenous buyers and raving fans. And Signature Speech Wizard holds the key to your success with using public speaking to get new clients. So get on board with Signature Speech Wizard now and create your signature speech and all the marketing and supporting materials you need with the click of a mouse. Claim your copy below right now.